Nah, I download it.
You're wild.
Yeah.
Yo, shout out to Kirkland. Parm's fucking camera is frozen. Oh no. No, Durs is still here. He's moving very slowly. Okay. Well, we lost Parm. It's over. Shout out to my boy Kirk. Oh, he's back.
Shout out Kirkland. Yeah. Yeah, we back.
There we go.
All right, should I just start?
Good
evening, all my lovely ghouls and goblins. Welcome back to cutting Alec off right before he's about to say anything podcast.
Absolutely.
I am here with my Oh, okay, my bad. Well, I am here with my boys Durs, Fleeb, and of course it's you, me, Trill. We're all Trill on the inside. And we're back. Dude, how you guys feeling?
Good, man.
I'm doing okay. It's a little rainy out today, feeling a little gloomy.
Is it raining?
Is it dude,
It's about to be. It's not right
It has
now.
been nice as I've been out all day. It's been fucking lovely.
Yeah,
I love
it was
how we
really
both,
nice earlier. Yeah.
I love how we both went to
maybe
reach
get
for
up and
our window.
The sun!
Yeah.
Look.
God!
It burns, dude. It burned through my screen.
My bad, guys.
Speaking of being burned, though, let's just start it. Let's get into it, dude. House of Dragons, Game of Thrones prequel.
That was good.
Being burned at alive with big themes in the end of Game of Thrones.
Have we all seen it?
I've seen the trailer.
I'm not. No, I didn't. I have no interest in it. I am
do
not
you,
watching it. I fucking.
Do you want to watch it real quick while we
No.
talk about it? Because it's like 50 seconds.
No,
Okay.
I refuse.
All right, that's fine.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
I don't want to. I don't.
I'm gonna agree with
honestly,
the sentiment of I wish I could have had that sympathy and like that idea.
Yeah.
Before I watched it, but now I did watch
Yeah.
it and I've seen it and I'm paying for it, man.
So I kind of want to start there. So Darius, let's just hear your take on Game of Thrones. Like, what's your reasoning for not even wanting to touch it? Because I know you like Game of Thrones.
I'm such a committed fan of Game of Thrones. I read the books multiple times all the way through. I read every fan theory. I watched videos every week. I would get a group together at college and we'd watch it with 13 people.
Yeah.
Big deal. I was excited. I used to tell people Game of Thrones, best show on television, best show ever made.
Yeah. Yeah, the last 4 seasons I would say were pretty dog shit comparatively.
But even before that, it started to go downhill and I could just tell that they were going the direction I like, but I was hopeful. I was optimistic for once, which if anyone knows me is not like me. I was optimistic. Yeah. I was like, oh no, they know what they're doing. They'll finish the seasons out.
George is working side by side.
No, I was like, even if it's not his ending, I'm sure with all these fan theories out there, surely they could have found Bro, everyone who's in that writer's room deserves to be drawn and quartered.
What were the two brothers that directed it? What were their names? Like the David brothers?
David Benioff and something Weiss or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just saw their faces. They have some of the most punchable faces of all time.
Yeah. My favorite was during the last season when they'd have those two guys on at the last 10 minutes, or just to describe the vibes they were going for with every episode.
Danny really forgot about the fleet, so now she's surprised that they rip up under dragon.
You guys actually watched that shit? I didn't even bother to tune in after the episode.
Well, so the reason I watched is because me and the group of people I watched with, because we had the same sentiment towards the end. It's garbage or trending that direction. We kind of started noticing it felt like those two dudes were getting a little bit drunker as it progressed towards the end.
That's awesome.
If you do the Battle of Winterfell or whatever, the long night, the White Night, whatever the fuck that episode was, that afterwards when Arya kills spoilers, when Arya kills the Night King, they are fucking juiced. It's pretty good. But yeah, so back to that. So now we know why Durs won't watch it, and I do agree to that sentiment. But I did watch it.
Tragic L.
I just refuse to give them any of my admiration, attention, or otherwise. Just because.
So Alec, as someone who watched it, I'm gonna dive in. To me, it just felt so off and uncomfortable, just the way the characters look, the casting of it all. And I get it's supposed to be generations, families, incest, they all gotta look really alike, but it just felt weird. It just didn't feel.
I watched it. I was really excited for the final season.
Mm-hmm.
because I hadn't watched since the Red Wedding had aired. So I caught
Oh,
up,
okay.
and then I watched everything, and then I watched the final season as it aired. And I too, feeling especially fresh with, what is it, like 4, 5, 6, 7
Yeah.
were the seasons prior than since the Red Wedding, I guess. So since I had all those very fresh in my mind, I too felt that it was very bad.
I'm still furious.
Yeah,
I remember I was shouting at the TV when the
Yeah.
fucking
I think
during the
we
8th
can-
season. I remember yelling at the TV multiple
I think
times.
we can all just kind of agree that it's a resounding 0 out of 10 for us on the one.
I'll give it a 1 out of 10 because it still has the potential to be good and redeem itself.
I will say
I
doesn't
will
it
not
have,
support it until it's like complete. And
what's the
it's
fucking
good.
dude's name who they got? He was one of the doctors from Doctor Who.
Oh, I don't know. Timothy
Shit.
Chalamet.
Yeah, Timothy Chalamet Ding Dong, dude. That guy.
No, so where I'm kind of landing with it is like it's just with the nature of every prequel or postquel that gets made now. Like, remember the fucking El Camino movie or whatever, like shit like that, where they
I've never seen
rehab.
that either. I've
Yeah,
never
it's
seen.
trash.
Is that good?
I
I
didn't
don't
watch
know.
it.
Trash.
No.
It's all trash. But like just that, like knowing Hollywood, knowing these like streaming directors or whatever you want to call them, like the people in the positions of power, this is not going to be good. This is going to be.
Are we safe
It
to say that
feels-
a series getting followed up by a movie is kind of a bad idea?
Yeah, every time. I don't. The
used
only
to
time
be
it works.
it-
The only time it works is anime.
Well, it used to be because what you used to do, and the reason it works for anime still probably is because people still buy like the individual anime. Am I wrong?
By the individual what?
You
You
just
cut out.
you're
People keep
bottoming
physical
out.
media of anime.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
Will people buy the like movie cases for anime?
Yeah, the Blu-rays too.
The
Yeah,
Blu-rays, yeah.
Or
Yeah,
special
so, like
editions.
I would think that physical media anime movies are
So
more popular
I
than
think
normal blockbuster.
in the case of the Breaking Bad movie sequel, that you're right. Like nobody's gonna buy that shit on Blu-ray, especially since it went straight to like
Yeah.
Netflix. But I think like if the Game of Thrones like did a prequel movie just leading up to Robert's Rebellion, like that shit would have gone nuts.
I was gonna buy the whole fucking box set on actual disc because I was like, I like Game of Thrones so much and I want to be able to watch this later on, which I have never ever done for anything else. So lesson learned, I guess, because the new series just reminds me of, if you guys have heard about Wheel of Time, similar thing.
Yes.
I've read all
Wheel of Time. Oh my god, that sounds so familiar.
Really deep fantasy series. Like,
is that on a streaming service?
Amazon.
Yeah, it's on Amazon.
Amazon. Okay,
they advertise the
shit.
living fuck out of it. Yes,
that
they
dog
advertise
shit.
the living fuck out of it, and it is terrible. It is literally just Jeff Bezos'.
Bro, see,
Game of
I
Thrones.
knew. You want to know how I knew that show Wheel of Time was gonna be ass from not for only like just sitting through seconds of it? I saw the ads for it and everything, and then one day I came home, whatever, it was like a Saturday or Sunday, and I saw my sister was watching something that was like fantasy based, and it wasn't The Witcher, and I was like, "So what are you watching?" And she said Wheel of Time, and I was like, "All right, this is officially bad." Like I know
your sister's watching it.
If it's holding her attention while she scrolls through Instagram, I know it's not compelling.
Yeah.
This is the same person.
That's about right. I mean, if they had gone to the depth that they actually needed to for a fantasy series like that, you're right. You wouldn't be able to watch Instagram and watch it. It would require the amount of attention that you would
exactly
need to, like Game of Thrones. You couldn't watch Game of Thrones if you missed an episode scrolling through Instagram.
You fucked.
Next episode, you're like, oh, why are they here? Where are we even at on the continent? Like I don't know. Like,
you know, kind of like actually a little interesting side question though. What are your guys' like favorite live action fantasy series? I guess it could be a movie or a TV show. Well, no, let's just do with TV shows because movies probably be easy.
Yeah, movies too easy.
I got one that's kind of a deep cut, but people call it kind of bad.
Okay, let me hear it.
Well, I got a couple, man. There's like.
Do you want me to just start? Because I got one.
I mean, how many am I allowed? Like,
you're allowed 3. I would say 3 is like fine.
Okay, I'll give 3 deeper cuts then.
Okay, let me hear them.
Have you guys watched Merlin?
I
have seen a little bit of it.
Is that like a
I don't know how
CW
good
one?
Is it? I've been thinking about it, but I've never watched it.
It's a BBC one.
BBC. Okay, so it's probably
it's
like
British.
Decent.
It's like mid 2000s though. So
okay.
The graphics are a little cheesy at times, but it's pretty good.
Yeah,
it was enjoyable. I watched it when I got my tonsils taken out, so I like watched it in total. And like on the healing process, so like I had a good time to binge that show. It was really fun. Let's see. MTV had one that was based on a book series of books called the
The
Shannara
Shannara.
Chronicles.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah,
watched that.
Dude,
bro, okay.
Unfortunately, me and my dad watched that.
Bro,
It wasn't that bad.
Dude, that time era of MTV when they're putting out actual shows before it was just Rob Dyrdek channel.
Yeah.
Oh, gang shit. Rob
Even
Dyrdek,
they were
my man
those shows
finessing.
were not good, like Teen Wolf, that shit.
Oh,
None of that
no.
was good, but it was good. You
That
know what I
one
mean?
was
Like,
okay.
It
That one was all right.
It was
Like, it was-
iconic, but it wasn't good.
Yeah. It wet your whistle, but objectively, you would not buy that on box set.
And it has this real like iconic place in that time.
Sorry to all the
It's
Shannara Chronicle fans out
like
there.
MTV when it was like Next.
Yeah.
Like
Oh,
all the like dating shows.
Next was
and
so
then
good.
It was like Next.
on-
Do you guys remember Silent Library?
Yes,
Silent Library.
That
So,
was one of the greatest shows.
If you guys missed those shows,
Paramount Plus.
Pluto TV has a channel dedicated to old MTV reality
Oh
shows.
yeah,
Really?
they have
Just all
tons.
like Next?
They have
The
tons of
best,
them.
the
They have Rob
best part,
Dyrdek
I think Next takes the cake because they had the little like 30-second interviews of the dudes and girls like introducing themselves.
Yeah.
And it's like, my name is Nicholas, and I like to rip fat hits and fucking lick clits and like get on. Like, dude has like a mullet, jean shorts, and a
You kick
beer
flips,
belly.
dude.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Bro, those openers are iconic.
Dude, it's so
Oh,
funny.
yeah.
Like, it's like the cockiest goober, and he gets out of the car, and immediately, like, the girl just goes next. And, like,
Yeah, no, they see him and they're like, "See you later, dude."
Yeah, dude, they
Yeah,
should bring
man.
that show back. Oh my, it would probably be lame as fuck though. Now you
no,
can't recreate
do
that
it.
magic.
You can't
be
recreate
mean.
the time period.
You can't
Or,
be
like,
mean these days. Like
do
people
you
would
guys
be nasty
remember?
about it.
Do you guys remember Parental Control?
Oh
No.
my god.
Wait,
No.
okay, so the
This is the
premise.
best, Alec. Oh my
Yes.
god.
Okay, so here's the premise. Basically, like, parents will submit their kids to be themselves on this show, and essentially their kids are dating complete fucking awful human beings, or sometimes they're just not, and their parents are either like racist or have some weird
Sometimes the
issue.
parents were the
Okay,
problem.
okay.
Yeah,
yes.
sometimes the parents are the problem,
But
but
the
usually
dynamic is like a weird relationship between
usually
the
the
parent and whatever
kid the
significant other.
person that their kid is dating is a scumbag, and the kid's usually made out to be like a super good kid. So then the parents interview all these like randoms to go
Yeah,
on
it's
a
like
date
Tinder
with
for
their
the
kid.
public.
Yeah, and like the dad and mom
What?
chooses one each, and like, or whatever parent,
No,
like,
I think
well,
they do.
it's-
I think they do. I think they do pick one each, and they but
yeah.
she goes on 3 dates.
Yeah.
2 with the parents.
No. They go on 2 dates, and like so they go on a date. Like the daughter or the son goes on a date with the people their parent picked, like each one, and the entire time the parents and the current boyfriend or girlfriend are sitting there and watching.
In the
Oh,
living room,
man.
like they're on their
Bro,
living room
I
couch.
do
like,
remember
watching
this
the
show
dates.
now.
Dude,
Yes.
there was
yes.
one where this
I pulled
guy
it up
was
on
there.
YouTube and I'm seeing this and I remember this show so well now.
There was one I'll never forget. It was like this guy, his girlfriend was super annoying, and his like mom like just picked an equally
Fuck
awful
yeah,
girl,
dude.
but was like a total blonde smoke show. And he just starts making out with her on the date. And his like current girlfriend's watching, and she just goes, "That's some bullshit. That's some bullshit."
That's some bullshit.
Like, it's so funny when the parents.
Hey, look, it's our
clap
boy
back.
Blurs again. Got him.
Yeah.
Oh, I know when
Okay.
the parents starts clapping when their daughter or son is making out
Yeah.
with the person. They're like yeah. It's like
Bro.
it's such a juxtaposition from how
Dude.
like you would usually expect them to act because they're like, oh
Man,
yes,
I-
please fuck too.
You don't see reality TV.
I think
like
it's
that
more
anymore.
of the idea
No,
that
you
like
don't.
it's anything but the person they already hate. So
Yeah,
yeah.
no, for sure.
It's someone they chose for them too. Also,
Yeah.
probably a celebration.
I just
of that
think
idea.
I just think the
It's
whole
goofy.
idea of your parents getting involved with your relationship
And
like
hey,
that
if you
is
guys,
hilarious.
if you're feeling interested, just so you know, there's a super like I think there's a free account of Paramount Plus with ads or whatever, and that has
yeah,
everything.
I think
yeah, it's
Paramount
Comedy
and-
Central on demand, so that's pretty cool.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
And then also MTV as well. So you know all those shows we just talked about, you can.
I want to say Discovery has one as well like that. I think
I'm sure
Discovery
all
gives
those
you
like
stuff for
most
those
free.
are
of them
like
do.
any like
Well,
C tier streaming
other
platform
than
is gonna be like
Netflix.
yeah. Well, Netflix is on its way to becoming D.
Yeah,
I think
Netflix is going quick.
their stock dropped by like what, like 50% or
Yeah,
something. Like,
yeah. They also have some fucking ball busters coming out real soon, so we'll see what
Yeah.
happens. Stranger
Oh,
Things
good.
comes out literally in 2 weeks.
But they spent so much money. Do people still watch that show? I don't.
We're
I
gonna
have not
find
kept
out.
up with it at
We'll
all.
find out when their quarter or 2 reports come in, and you'll see literally where they spike.
Yeah.
Because either what's gonna happen is they're gonna have that one come out in late May, and then the next part comes out in the very beginning of July.
Wait,
So
what
I didn't
part?
even
What are
watch
you
to
guys
the end
talking
of
about?
season
Stranger
1.
Things.
See
Oh,
Stranger
Stranger
Things.
Things.
So
Oh,
I didn't
season
watch
4.
to the end of season 1. What happened? I'm never gonna watch it. What?
Oh God.
So
Okay.
they're fighting the little
Okay.
Demogorgon guy.
I need a
Does it,
deafen
does
if you
it
guys are gonna
continue?
spoil.
Does this
Are you
continue
not gonna
on from the
watch?
normal?
I'm
No, I
gonna
don't
watch.
have any.
Okay. You're not gonna watch theirs, but this guy will watch. Okay, so I think we should not spoil it because
Yeah.
Farm
Yeah,
wants to
I won't
watch,
worry about it then.
and also the listener might want to watch as well.
Yeah.
So
The few times we give a fuck about spoiling something to the listener.
so they do have it's 2 parts to the 4th season,
Okay.
and the second part comes out, I believe, like right after the 4th of July or before the 4th of July. So basically, that will show up on their quarter 3, essentially.
Okay.
If you think about it, just a little fiscal lesson here with Fleeb on the 1 to 10 podcast of how quarters work.
Fiscal's cool. Let's talk about the physical. Cobra motherfucking Kai, though.
Oh, dude, yeah.
Dude, our
Also, another
favorite show.
Netflix fucking banger.
Yeah.
That's going to
Since
come
we're
out
talking
this
about
year at the
ball
end of
busting.
quarter 3. There we go.
Yeah.
There we go.
So Cobra Kai announcing the 5th is the 5th season gonna be the final one for this?
Don't know or think so, honestly, because I feel like they would
The
have said that
meetings
this
won't
is the
ever
final.
stop.
They're gonna milk this shit for all it's worth.
This is
Oh, yeah.
Netflix's Naruto.
You think Daniel LaRusso's actor has another career anywhere?
Who's Sasuke in the show? Robbie?
Yes.
Yeah. Robbie Sasuke.
Yeah, and then Robbie Sasuke, and then
Kreese
that
is
means
Orochimaru.
Sam is definitely fucking Sakura because she's fucking
Yeah,
useless.
for sure, dude. Fucking bit.
Although I guess
Kreese is definitely.
Did you finish the
tournament?
Naruto?
Hang on. Yes, Miguel is Naruto. Wait, Durs, did you finish the series yet? Did you finish the tournament?
No, I have not.
Oh my
Okay.
god! All right, well we can't talk
I
about
got
the
hooked on
implications.
Snowpiercer.
The TV show or the movie?
TV show.
Okay. The movie's gassed.
Although
I
I will say I'm minorly disappointed that I've started season 3, it's just released, and the production value is taking a hit because they filmed it during COVID.
Is
some
Snowpiercer
of
the
actors-
TV show? Does it take place on the train or is it before the
Yes.
train?
It
Oh,
is the
okay.
I think it's similar to the movie. I haven't seen the movie, but
Oh, you would love
Probably
the movie.
is.
The movie that is That is one of Bong Joon-ho's like greatest. It's the same dude who did Parasite.
the fact that that's the person who directed. When you said that, I was like, all right. Now.
Yeah, the movie's pretty fucking A tier.
Sign me up, fam.
But yeah, where's our excitement landing on the Cobra Kai?
September 9th announcement. That's the date.
I think I'm not very excited, but I'm sure I will be once it's like it's one of those shows where it's like
I'm hype as fuck.
Once it's there, I'm happy, but until then, like I have other things I really care
can't
about.
say why I'm hype about it because it involves the plot, and I have to wait for Durs to finish watching it. You son of a bitch! Can't be here for a week for a podcast because you're playing volleyball. Can't fucking finish. Fucking Cobra Kai.
Consume like the fucking
So,
robot I am in this capitalist.
Yes, eat shovel, eat pig.
Must
How was
consume
your,
media.
where do you play volleyball at?
We play over at Fireman's Hall. It's like a union hall. They have a
Okay, gotcha. How was the V-ball? You guys win?
So we did win. We got our first championship in I think just 2 sessions. I don't know. We win every so often when they move us up to or when they push us down to a bad league, we'll win. And then the next session, they'll be like, "Oh, you guys won, so now you get to move up." And then they move us up, and then
constant relegation.
We're mostly there to
you're the gatekeepers of the volleyball.
Yeah, we are the gatekeepers of sub intermediate level.
Yeah, you guys like pretty much. You guys are like the wall of like.
Yeah, if you want to go to the majors,
which
is just like the high rec courts, you got to get through the riffraff, which is us.
When you're in the 3rd season of your anime, Durs is a motherfucker that's showing up like half drunk and ready to brawl.
Yeah, I got like 3 extra arms because they ran out of fucking ideas.
True.
It's also
is that not true?
It's not true to the manga.
Ideas, they just add arms.
Ooh.
I mean, kinda.
Like
okay.
That's I guess
with
true.
With the Naruto anime, they were doing the anime before the manga finished, right?
Yeah.
So it got to a point where the anime writers made the character so OP they had to Deus Ex Machina
and guess
him
where
out.
Guess where that Deus Ex Machina came from? Their left arm.
Their left arm. Yeah, literally it's shot
Yes.
out of his arm.
So do they in fact give extra arms? Yes.
Yes,
And
they do.
They do. Deus Ex Machina? Yes.
Yeah.
Is it a substantial dip in writing quality? Probably.
Probably, and then Baruto happens, and it's a substantial dip in writing quality.
Yikes.
Yeah, shit's bad.
Yeah, but they're milking
speaking
that
of-
cash cow forever, dude. It's the Naruto
They're-
cash
oh,
cow, baby.
Can you imagine like being the creator of Naruto and like you put your whole like you put your body and soul into this just to see some dudes in suits selling the worst shit of your life like a year after it ends, like
Yeah.
oh
Yeah, except for he's all on board with it because he's
I bet that
collecting.
paycheck is nice.
Yeah,
I'm
that
sure,
paycheck
yeah.
is
Yeah.
pimpin'.
What
Oh,
I think there's some famous actor, it's Woody Harrelson or somebody that did a bunch of shitty movies, and he was doing an interview afterwards. And they asked him, they were like, "So, what do you think about all the criticism that your films have been getting? Like, have you seen the scenes that they're talking about? Like, if you watch the movie and it goes, that's what it was. It was Jurassic Park 3. They were like, have you ever watched the movie? Like, have you?" And he's like, "I haven't seen the movie, but I've seen the house that it built, and I like that quite a bit."
that's based.
So it's like I that's how I feel about all creatives. Get your
Yeah.
money, and I don't feel
True.
too bad. You know, obviously it sucks that their creative energy is used for dumb capital things, but as long as they get their I'm fine.
I always get caught
Bro,
in
I'm trying to make some
between.
dumb capital games. Are you kidding me?
Yeah,
Let's get a sponsor. Come on.
Maybe
all?
you guys like understand where I'm coming from, but I always get caught with trying to appreciate the art and ethical consumption's dead. You know what I mean? Like I want to appreciate it and I want it to be appreciated, but then when it get bastardized for millions, I'm like,
I guess I have
How?
I have a line with ethical consumption. Like I believe in doing it to a certain point for certain things,
okay,
but like I draw a line eventually. Like
that's fair.
when convenience becomes like, for example, the
Created class streaming.
let's not go there yet. I mean, yeah, like it's more like if Amazon getting like a simple house product, right?
Yeah,
Like getting Q-tips or whatever. Like I don't care about getting them ethically consumed Q-tip. I don't
Yeah,
care
that's
about the
fair.
carbon footprint I'm leaving behind.
Well,
But
because
then like when it comes to like getting anime stuff, right? Like or like licensed DVDs, like Dur said, right?
okay.
Like buying the actual official merchandise really helps in certain situations because
I'm
it
that way with music.
limits it limits like the interaction of having piracy being a necessity.
Yeah.
So, like, for example, Neon Genesis Evangelion wasn't in America in any streaming platform or method forever
Like 20
until
years.
2019.
Yeah.
And that was after it aired on Toonami in 2005. So you basically had to find a shitty rip from an illegal site, or you had to own the media yourself to watch it. And that was it. So with that being an issue, it was hard to buy or find the like marketable reasons for companies to want to be able to put that on the market for American consumers, because who is even consuming it? They have no way to measure it. So when you eliminate that by buying the official releases and the official merchandise and things like that that are guaranteeing giving money to the creator, it also creates a better market and economy establishment for like the consumer as well.
Yeah. I feel like anime is the only medium that's like benefited from the streaming like age, you know what I mean?
No.
Okay, like think about it, like the accessibility and like okay,
quality of anime will eventually correct itself.
so like you said, like going
actually
through bootleg websites and stuff like that's like not good for like just the community in general.
Correct.
And then like you have Crunchyroll, Netflix, and all them getting into the game, and like that was kind of annoying trying to get anime from different.
That's not like a real reasonable take though, because
Well, no. Let me finish where I'm going. Let me finish.
Funimation bought
Crunchyroll, and
so there's
the library gets so much huger.
No, it's not. There's not. Just because the library gets bigger with like more accessibility doesn't mean that it gets bigger or better. What it means is there is now two platforms total that have complete exclusivity rights.
Yeah.
Which is Netflix and then Crunchyroll.
Yeah.
That's it.
I mean, like before I was going through 6 different streaming
No, I get what you're saying, but there's still anime that I know of that I want to watch today that I cannot find anywhere other than a pirating website.
That's fair. And to that, I say
that's a
it's probably
problem.
shitty anime.
No, it's not. Zefion's really good. It's just old
Yeah.
in like 2003, and no one gives a fuck about it unless you remember watching it like 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Like I did.
I will say, and here's what I'll say on this. So I think you're barking up two different trees here. So like,
Okay.
on one hand, there's the accessibility argument, which I think as a whole, people can agree make anime accessibility better. Yeah, there's still holes. There's holes with old television shows that aren't anime. So I think on the whole, you can ask for a better access to content than you ever had. So I think on the accessibility, obviously, anime drastic.
We are at the peak of accessibility.
But my point in kind of disagreeing a little bit with you is I think anime eventually will just decrease in content, and I think you're probably already starting to see that. I don't watch as much as you guys, but you probably will start to see anime decrease in content because it becomes cheaper to regurgitate garbage out onto streaming than to make it for a television show. That's the same problem that Netflix and everyone else is running.
He's talking about the isekai inflation, my brother.
Yeah, exactly. You and me had the same thought. So like,
I don't think
it's not streaming services that's doing that. It's Sword Art Online that did that. And they did that.
No, but it is that's it makes it a lot easier for a company to make a real half-brained story and just regurgitate lazy animation and reuse.
It's not even a company making a story. It's they take a shit one from the internet because it's where all the isekais come from. They're hosted on like a fan service website, but then they pop off.
So say like streaming services didn't exist right now, that would still be the case. Like companies regurgitating garbage anime.
It would, but
Naruto,
there's a higher barrier to entry when you can't just
My Mom and Her multi-hit attack.
when you can't just put out your entire series onto a platform and have it viewed immediately, like the marketing, the everything around it that's built up to allow you to do that is just so expensive that companies will never be able to. So the ease of use of publishing a new series has just skyrocketed the ability to put things onto streaming services. Because before you have these bloated, massive global marketing campaigns for TV shows and everything, and I mean TV shows have fallen apart in terms of advertising. Like you see CSI Miami or whatever on when you watch sports, but like it used to be massive marketing events and everything. So I just think that all of that money is not being spent towards putting better content out now that they moved to streaming. It's just being pocketed into the executives and they're just churning out more.
For sure.
I don't know. It frustrates me because I see that same problem with normal TV. Like, I mean, Netflix, one of the reasons it's fallen apart is because they've done that. They've realized they didn't pay for the upfront high quality talent to start, and now they're just churning out whatever they can get with whatever actors and directors they can find. So it's I don't know.
Yeah,
it's just showing that like HBO and quality, and I'm sure the same thing in anime, quality houses who make quality films, you do that, and everyone else is just
obviously the better animation studios have like the better titles. You have Attack on Titan done by MAPPA. You have like a lot of
UFO Table, just everything.
Trigger, like those guys are putting out amazing shows every year, and they sometimes go slept on because they might be the most popular one or the most well known, but the actual like quality of the show is
and they take more time to make usually.
Yes,
which is why companies don't want to do
teams that do certain seasonal rotations, and like it's work spread a certain way usually. Very often you don't have the one-man armies that you used to have, like OUTTA for One Piece. So it's very unfamiliar. I think we should wrap up the weebing. I think we've been doing
I'll just say one last thing. One good thing for anime now is like now animators are getting paid with breadcrumbs rather than pocket lint. So like that's good.
I hear occasionally they get a 4-hold button as well. That fell off their jacket.
It's just one grain from a Rice Krispie.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
very nice.
It's a zipper that's broken, but you can still make it work.
Rice Krispie guy, the Snap, Crackle, or Pop dude. What's your favorite?
Pop.
I'm also a Pop fan.
There's people.
Yeah, the three dudes.
Snap, Crackle, and Pop. The three little elves.
They have names.
Snap, Crackle, and Pop.
I didn't realize those were their names.
All right. Enough of that.
2-0 Pop. 2-0 Pop. Yeah, let's go.
2-0 Pop. Speaking of score lines, Blues 4-2 the Wild. Durs.
That's Snack, Crackle, Pop. Let me take it away.
Yeah.
So the Blues, in stunning fashion, with absolutely zero defensemen healthy whatsoever, stunned the Minnesota Wild and beat them in 6 games. I mean, nobody had the Blues going even winning the series. Really, outside of St. Louis, none of the global media
No, in
was
our last episode,
betting
Alec
on it.
asked me what I thought of the series. Like when we were going into games
It was 2-2.
5. Yeah, when we were going in game 5, I was like, we're losing this. Like,
Yeah, and I probably had a similar thought because I think I was like, unless we get defenseman back, we're going to lose the series.
Yeah.
Probably my opinion.
Pretty much.
Because that's what
Who's out
everyone
right
was
now?
doing. I mean, our top defenseman. So is Krug, Scandella. I think Falk was out for one game. We were playing with 7 defensemen, and one of which was the guy that we called up from the AHL, who's never played AHL in his entire life. His playoff game was in his first NHL game ever. Was playing with us in the playoffs because we were so low on defense.
Wow.
So yeah, it was looking real grim, and they came back to win. For Minnesota, it's a giant rebuild. They just bought out a bunch of older players, so screwed.
Yikes.
Rushy.
That's tough.
It was really shocking. So yeah, the Blues. I mean, I'm not doubting them now. Now, like I was worried about the Colorado matchup. We're gonna play Colorado Avalanche in the second round.
Yeah.
Probably the best team in hockey.
I mean,
I
if we beat Colorado, we're definitely the hottest.
Yeah,
team.
I mean, if we win this next series, I think we'll definitely win.
We go to
so
Stanley.
if I'm gonna give a prediction for it. If we are going to beat them, it's going to be 4-3.
Yeah, I think this game. If we win,
if we are losing,
games, they win.
But if we are
5.
losing,
5.
it's going 5 games 4-1.
Yeah,
That's my take.
Yeah, I think we'd be lucky to win a game if we don't play well.
I think if we lose 2 and win 1, that would be great momentum for us. But I think very quickly we could falter back to 4-1. That's my prediction.
Yeah.
And then maybe even after 4-2, we get or 4-1, you could go to.
Little fun story from last night because you guys know I have a lot of family in Canada, especially around Toronto.
Canada.
So I was out with my little cousins for dinner last night, and as soon as the Lightning beat Toronto, I organized all these like fucking 8-year-olds and like up to 18 to just text bomb these 2 dudes. L+ ratio couldn't beat me.
That's amazing,
dude. My one Canadian cousin sent a fucking essay and like back in the family group chat, and I just replied, "Damn, that sucks, bro." And he's like,
too long didn't read.
Bro, they're like, bro, we had this series in our pocket. Like, what happened? I was like, I guess there was a hole in your pocket, motherfucker.
Reference, for how things were playing out last night, day before the recording, there were 3 Game 7s in the NHL.
Craziness.
That's insane.
I know the Lightning one. Wasn't it the Pangs also in a Game 7 last night?
Penguins, and then it should have been Dallas and Calgary, I think.
Yeah. I just know Tampa Bay won because Applebee's was smacking and I wasn't paying attention to the other games.
It sucks. That game's so rough because, like, on one hand, I mean, I'm not a huge fan.
What'd I get?
Yeah, what'd you get at Applebee's? Fuck the sports. What'd you get at Applebee's, dude?
Yeah, I got the Mountain Dew.
Yo, did you really?
Yeah, of course.
You got the dark berry Mountain Dew.
Bro, I got a dark berry Mountain Dew, a super tall Michelob, and then a margarita. I was feeling myself.
Okay. What about food?
I went to
I got the bourbon chicken and shrimp.
Nice. Where'd you go for food? I want to talk about food.
I went to here we go. We got some good food recommendations.
Yeah.
I'm into some good recommendations recently. Salties down on Mid Rivers.
Across
from the Chop House. They have a nice little patio.
Yeah.
It's a lot better food. It's not like it's a little bit of a step up from like Omagwe sort of,
Sure, yeah.
Tex-Mex. So it's still like Americanized Mexican food, obviously.
They have good breakfast tacos.
In a good way. Like, you can get, I think you only get 2 tacos, but they're like loaded with, like, it's not like
how they have the breakfast burrito itself.
It's a good meal.
Like the meat breakfast burrito they have on the menu. This one time we went there and we sat down to eat there, and I asked if I could have, like, instead of just, like, this has chorizo on it and all these other meats, I said, can I just have chorizo for the meat?
Ooh,
and they just go, oh yeah, for no problem. So I think they did that for me, and it was just like,
yeah, that's the other thing. They're super cool. Like the servers are super nice. Like it's like a nice little.
Have you guys had chorizo bacon?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I have not.
It's so hard.
How expensive is that?
It's not. It's comparable to like regular bacon.
Oh, okay. I would have thought that.
Well, I mean, like first of all, you're paying like the name. It's Johnsonville is usually the only brand I've seen it in.
Okay.
So yeah.
That's not bad then.
Yeah, respectfully, Johnsonville.
Okay, I have a Johnsonville chorizo in the fridge.
Yeah. So, dude, the fucking chorizo bacon on a BLT. Oh,
I mean, that sounds
Sounds
lit. I would be
smacking,
behind that.
dude.
That sounds
Throw a
good.
little salsa on there.
I'm gonna have to look
Ooh,
for that
yeah.
one for my
Yeah.
Memorial Day trip.
Yeah. Oh, where are you going for Memorial?
We're going on to Lake the Ozarks.
Oh shit! You want to meet up?
I'm going out with a huge group, so I'm
Same.
at the mercy of whatever everybody's doing. So I don't
Convince them to
know.
go to Backwater Jack's because that's the bar that was like on CNN during
Well,
the
we're
COVID
like,
Memorial. You guys remember that?
oh yeah.
Like during
I had a friend that was there while the video was taken. I could see him
yeah,
in the news.
yeah,
I was
dude.
like, oh, there's
I like
T.
all my
He's sitting in the
cousins.
pool.
Yeah, so like everyone I'm going with, they're like, "Where are we going?" We have like a river boat tour planned to all like the party things. I was like, "I'm fine with this, but one day we need to go to Backwater Jack's for the culture.
Yeah, I
I
feel
need
like
to get
I
sick."
same.
culture.
I need
Yeah,
to be in the room where it happened. You know.
yeah. Well, the outdoor pool
The
by the
outdoor
lake.
space where it happened.
Yeah,
But no, like so I don't know. We may meet up, but I'm just going down with some friends. They're gonna
yeah. I'll
have
just text you to see
boat,
what
so
bar you're
I'm
at, and
just
if you're at the same one as me,
wherever the boat
There
goes
you
is
go.
where I
yeah,
go.
exactly.
All right, boys. Reel it in. Much
All
like
right,
you
all
will
right,
not be reeling at the lake.
True.
Yeah,
Don't be
fair
fishing.
enough.
I'm gonna be
Other than for
buying
bitches.
plenty of marijuana. I bought all my beer, dude. Bought like 120 beers for the weekend.
That's
Ooh,
a
I just got
lot
some
of beer.
Yingling in.
It's a lot of beer. It's between like 9 people.
What kind of beer do you drink these days? Because I've kind of become a generalist. I used
So
to have like a
for
real set.
for like for my day to day, like if I'm just like drink like you know what I after work or whatever, I'm getting like I'm getting nice beer. I'm getting Kona. I'm getting like low end
Kona,
is like
I really
yeah.
like Kona. I drink a
Yeah,
lot of that after I came back
Kona,
from Hawaii.
like anything like that. I'll try something new. Sometimes I'll try an IPA or whatever. Golden, Mango Cart, Golden Road. That one's really good.
Mm.
Now for this shit, Memorial, I literally just got the biggest cases. Like I went to Costco. I was hoping they had the 100 beer thing special
Oh, the
again.
100 brick, the box,
Yeah,
the
like
brick of beer.
the 100 beers for $50, but they didn't have
Yeah,
that. So that damn. So I ended up
yeah,
getting a couple 36 packs of Miller Lite.
Just a
yeah.
couple.
I
Like
think
yeah,
ugh.
and then like two like 36 packs of Trulies.
I see. I think I'm gonna end up doing mostly liquor because like one of the things is when you're drinking on the water or when you're like going on a vacation like that, everyone always
Yeah.
has like so much shit that it
Oh,
becomes such a chore to pack the
we
coolers
we
of like
divvied
all
it
the
up.
stuff.
So me and my sister are bringing the beers, and
Oh, that's
then
smart. That's
yeah, so
smart.
and then like someone's bringing snacks and food, and then someone who's like a little amateur mixologist asked us what cocktails we want. So
Oh, okay. See
I'm gonna
that's what
be yeah.
what I'm gonna have to organize that then because we've been talking about what we're gonna get. Like we're gonna bring some
It's
Vegas bombs. We did that
yeah.
last year. Brought Red Bull and
Yeah. So I think it's
Crown.
easier if you just divide it up like that. Like this person gets beer and water, this person gets snacks, this person brings liquor, this person
Okay.
does
Yeah,
whatever.
that's smart. I'll
Yeah.
send that over.
Unlike
Yeah.
you guys, I am excited for
Okay.
Memorial Day, but not for the alcohol consumption.
Okay.
I am actually taking a vacation following the week after. Sam is going to
Okay.
Arizona for a wedding, so I will be off the whole weekend at home. So I am
Oh,
taking a
you
nice
and
little staycation for just me and
yes, dude.
Hey, that's the best kind.
That's
I like
nice. You and
taking
Crowley, the boys,
gang
getting
shit.
to it, dude.
Boys club, boys club, boys club, boys
Yeah.
club,
boys.
boys club,
Bro,
boys club.
nothing is better when you have time off and you're like only there with your dog. Like
Dude,
you don't have a dog, but
yeah,
like
there's just no the
Hey,
love of an animal.
it's the
hey,
same
you get
as
a cat.
being home alone, except you have even less responsibilities. Trust me, it feels great.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. That's fair,
You
dude.
don't have to take anyone out.
True.
Dude,
Whoa, why are you
true,
taking
true.
cats out? That's fucked up.
You can have an
You-
outdoor cat.
Yeah, yeah.
There's got an outdoor cat.
Nah,
I'm
dude.
thinking of getting a cat.
Thomas, what was your
I want to
dog's
get a
or what
cat. I
was your
want to get a
cat's
cat.
name?
His name, the one that Cole was the.
Cole. I don't know why I always called him Thomas.
I mean, I'm sure he wouldn't care.
Yeah, dude.
But I want to get a Maine Coon because Maine Coons are super cool. But
Is
they're
that
kind
like
of expensive.
is that a breed of cat?
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's a lot of different breeds of
So
cats.
yeah, I know there's a lot of different breeds, but like it's like every cat I see, I'm like, oh, cat. But then like when I see
Yeah,
dogs,
because
I'm like, oh,
usually they're
that's
just
a
yeah.
Maltese Bichon. Like,
Well, because
Every
dogs were
gassy
like
cat.
specified to like do certain tasks. Cats just kind of are like, oh, what looks cool. So like that's really what the breeds are based on more so
yeah.
than like look of a cat and more so than like actual traits.
Okay.
Like you'll have personality traits in a breed still, like obviously.
See, I always decided if I want a cat, I want to get one of those Egyptian hairless ones. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah,
Dude,
yeah, you can.
I want like the creepiest, scariest like thing, and then just like, oh yeah,
You want to have a fucking
those have
lizard.
grown on me. I used to
yeah.
thought they were so
I want a
gross.
lizard, but like a lizard mammal. You know what I mean?
Fuck yeah, dude.
like if I could get a
So
scaly cat,
you
I'd
want
be
to?
into it.
Probably some sort of pet that's close to that.
Yeah,
Some sort of
just-
Yeah, it's a bearded dragon.
Yeah, some sort of homunculus
I
type
think
of
all
creature.
isn't that a thing though? All lizards lay eggs, so they're not mammals.
They're reptiles.
They're reptiles, yeah.
Yeah.
I will say, dude, I went to a party once and I bonded with this bearded dragon so hard, like it was crazy.
Hell yeah, dude.
I do like bearded dragons.
I don't know.
They're
There's
chill.
something that like creeps me out about lizards. Like I'm not like I'm not like
sky
freak out, like
over
run
the
away.
planet.
But there's something like uncomfortable about like a prehistoric looking creature.
Snakes.
crawling
I'm
on
that
me.
way with snakes, dude. I just
don't like
like they give me
snakes.
the heebie-jeebies, bro.
You know what it is for me? I think it's the uncanny valley of not having legs, man.
True.
It's the lack of legs.
how fast they move without having legs.
Yeah, little bastards.
I'm more
Yeah.
afraid of like stepping on one than their speed because I know I can outrun a snake. Like if a snake sees you, it's not going to chase you down.
Dude, no,
you know?
I see. I'm not
I
worried
bet
about
there's some
stepping on
fast
one
enough
because if I
snakes.
step on one, I am like I know my stomp speed. I can just I will destroy it or
Oh,
kick it. You know what I
but
mean?
if it's an actual one, you need to worry. Like here, it's water moccasins are the only one.
Dude,
like you're walking by a creek and you step on
my
a water
foot
moccasin,
strike
it's
is
gonna bite
way
you.
Walking
quicker than
down
a
by
water
the creek.
moccasin's bite. I guarantee you, if I step on a water moccasin's tail, I'm kicking it in the head before it gets a chance.
That's so funny.
You never seen these fucking boots round
like,
these parts.
they call these babies the Viper.
All right, this is the
PG-13
WikiFeed episode
stream.
officially. Holy shit. This is the WikiFeed episode.
We're not even
It's officially
sponsored
happening.
yet. You got to pay for that kind of content.
Let's
True.
go to the
Well,
next topic
I gave
actually
him a
on the
little teaser.
docket.
Oh, true.
This content's gold.
So that was our STL Sports Roundup, ladies and gentlemen.
It started with me being interested when you ate at Applebee's and it ended with WikiFeed. Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Dude.
Oh, shout out the
sponsor.
Kirkland
Yeah,
signature, by
shout
the
out.
way.
Hey, that's what you were looking for, that Kirkland brand beer.
Yeah,
Now
no,
sponsored by
exactly.
Jack in the Box and Kirkland.
Yeah, true. Just remember, if you go to Costco, get a chicken bake, get a glizzy, put the glizzy in the chicken bake.
Use promo code 1210, that's 1T010 at the checkout to get your hot dog for free to shove in your chicken bake.
Yeah, we got the Costco sponsorship. So now that we're done with the first roundup, let's move towards the Esport Roundup. Alec, I'll let you take it away with MSI. Like what's happening? Did NA bottom out?
Okay, no, NA did not bottom out because the two teams from each group move on and we got the group of life. So basically, because of what we talked about in the last episode with the whole ping discrepancy thing, an interesting thing did happen though, where they made an announcement after day 4, which was the day that China RNG played their games. And they said that they had detected there was, in fact, a ping discrepancy. That the people who were playing on stage with this artificial latency being introduced were experiencing much more latency and much worse game conditions than the people playing in China remotely to a connection in Busan, Korea. So, the competitive integrity of those games was ruined entirely. They made them replay all of them. They did replay all of them. RNG won the games, all of them prior, so we're 6-0. They won all of the rematches as well. So they joke among the community.
Surprise.
They're 9-0. So, you know, like, go fucking figure. One of the favorites for the tournament is amazingly strong.
The number one team from possibly the number one region won all their games. Oh my god.
The teams moving on are SKT T1. I guess it's just T1 from Korea with Faker. Our hero, the champion,
the Demon King,
the Demon King himself. We have RNG moving on as well. In surprising fashion, 2 emerging regions did make it. Just kidding. It's 3 teams in 1 major region, so automatically 1 emerging region actually does make it. I believe it was the Vietnam team, so Saigon. Whatever their fucking name is, who cares? They're not going to matter when it comes time for the big show, really. And I want to say, I think it was either the Brazilian, I don't remember if it was the Brazilian team or one of the other ones that made it out. But basically, they all made it out as well as did NA. They happened to beat the Australian team order. It was pretty cool, man, for us to be able to see it go forward. I'm more interested than anything to see how pro players, now that there is less ping going into the Rumble stage going on, seeing how that goes and then seeing if they say that it feels better and it feels more stable. So maybe the total competitive integrity of the tournament isn't ruined. I did appreciate the way they handled the apology and then the way that they said they were making them replay for competitive integrity. Like, they fucked up, you know. Like they were. This is like the bare minimum of what they should be doing, but at least they are doing that, so that's good.
To be fair, their apology was cropped, so you could only make out some like a good portion of the words. So,
did you
like,
see RNG's like response though? It was like 14 paragraphs, and
that's
I
what I'm
was
saying.
like,
That's what I'm talking about.
TLDR. That shit was crazy.
Yeah, I saw it and didn't read it. I was like,
I
couldn't read it. I couldn't even.
So. It was cropped, so there were some words you could not read, like literally.
Parm, what about the major? Tell me about
it. Guys, I have some heartbreaking news.
Tell us about the
not North America getting knocked out. Our boys, the Bad News Eagles.
Juan Flatro, no!
Juan Flatro and Scenari. GXX. The story's over. They lost. They knocked out today, bro. They went 0-3.
Remix.
But otherwise, the major's been spicy. A lot of teams are just taking games off each other. The shit talking has been amazing. Like,
dude, the Simple and Thorin thing earlier in the week. Too,
yeah, so Thorin tweeted out calling Fallen the most overrated opper in the history of CS:GO.
Yeah, but
Simple
he also had a video,
got 7,000 retweets calling him a piece of shit and an idiot.
Yeah,
and even Charlie replied and called him a fucking hypocrite.
Wasn't there also the video of like Fallen being the greatest in-game leader in the world? Like,
that's what Charlie looked at.
Yeah,
Thorin made a video saying Fallen's the best CS:GO player ever. That was the title. And then like a year later tweets that shit out. So yeah, Thorin, washed up piece of garbage. Not his only relevant is just tweeting. He's like me, except has more
him
of a
and who's the other guy? Richard something.
Richard Lewis. He's also garbage.
He who shall not be
named.
The
ones who are always causing shit in CS.
We are investigative reporters. We cannot be stopped.
Trash news reporters.
Really funny one. So there's this one guy, Tim something, who keeps like he's a notorious heroic hater, and he like keeps tweeting out. He's like, these players knew that the coaches were cheating back in 2020, 2019, and like, yeah, they were. But the organization that did the investigations, like 6 dudes, and they had like 100,000 hours of footage to go through, and they came out and said every single team cheated. We can't prove it yet because like. Yeah. I don't know about you guys. I can't go through that much footage.
Bro, I can't. I can barely go through an hour and a half of footage each week. I mean, like, Jamie can't. What?
37 head coaches back then did get banned, including Heroics. But that's because they were the first one in the demo files. And the best part is the guy who tweeted it, his team also got caught cheating for literally looking at the other team's screens. Like, they had a dude walk to the other side unnoticed and look at the screens of the other players, but that's whatever. Nico retweeted a bunch of that Heroic like cheating scandals, and after Heroic beat G2, Katie just started screaming, "Retweet me again, pussy." So just a lot of shit talk.
Holy fuck.
Last thing, because Navi went 3-0. Team Spirit went 3-0, which is crazy. Those are like 2 teams that are advancing. Everyone else is still playing or knocked out. Liquid and BNE rip. The best thing, Cloud9, new Cloud9. Touted as a number 3 team going in. The fucking NA curse followed this roster. So they were playing a best of 1 against FaZe, and you know how you ban maps or whatever until there's 1 map left?
Yeah.
They made a human error, which means the IGL on Cloud9 clicked the wrong map. And like they ended up picking Nuke, which is Gambit, Cloud9's worst map for the last 2 years. Like, they never play it, they always ban it. And the TOs were like, we can't redo this. You guys fucked up. Like, that's just on you. That's on you for taking the Cloud9 banner. That just comes with the territory. And so they played. They got their shit pushed, relatively speaking. And like, it's just sad because like, sure, it was a best of 1, right? So you only leaving 1 map up. Like, everybody bans. So it's like, yeah, it sucks you clicked the wrong map to ban. But also, why were you leaving up your worst map until the end like that? Like, it's just crazy.
That's
so Cloud9 is literally like just having that an NA banner over your players just makes them worse. I wouldn't be surprised if Cloud9 gets knocked out soon. But the major's going good. Navi will probably win. Maybe Ents, maybe Heroic. Who knows? It's not B&E.
Nice.
Yeah.
We'll miss you, Juan Flatro.
We'll miss you. They'll be back, dude.
Juan.
Oh, I
Maybe
forgot
on
to
a
mention
different roster.
they're a bunch of Serbians from Kosovo. Did I tell you guys like the story of these dudes?
Yeah.
Yeah,
We did a
4
couple
friends.
episodes ago.
Yeah, cool. Now, speaking of more like, I guess, sports or just like online activity, Alec, do you want to kind of bring us into the next topic? I know you were very close with this one.
So we talked a couple episodes ago about Creator Clash happening. That happened last night, at time of recording. And I was streaming it, and I was streaming the pre-fight event, had a lot of activity on my channel, and I was just talking, and I was like, yeah, we'll see. People were asking, are you going to stream the event? Are you going to stream the event? And I was like, I think so. So I was like, I'll see if I can even show it on screen. And I was able to. So I was like, okay, I'll stream for a little bit. And then something happened. My channel went from like 15 views to about 250 plus in like 2 minutes.
Oh, dude.
So I got a message, and I was like reading this, and they were showing me where items specifically said that, like, watching this content is not acceptable on stream and only reaction content based, like with only your camera, not showing it. So I had to switch it over. So I had switched to a Discord, and I got in this I felt bad, so I immediately switched it off, and I was like, okay, I have a Discord. I can let people watch, I guess, with me. And I maxed out a Discord channel, and as many people possible visibly viewing a stream through a Discord at once as possible. It was nuts.
Personal one.
It was nuts. The actual fights itself were really cool.
Yeah.
It was a good time, other than I was sitting there and I really wanted to play video games or do something else, and I had like 30 or 40 people sitting there watching it, so I was like, I can't leave. So I was on stream for like 5 hours with this situation. Parm came over and made an appearance. That was cool.
Yeah.
Thank you. You bailed me out.
Please don't report Alex's channel for it.
I mean, I did.
Right?
Yeah, I immediately deleted the VOD when the stream was over. I didn't mean any ill intent by it or anything.
Yeah.
I just kind of didn't realize that it would actually be a problem. I figured because there's other people, like Mizkif was doing a co-stream thing or whatever. He wasn't watching it, but he was like reacting to it. So I was like, okay, people are like talking about this and doing this. So I figured it wasn't the worst thing. But then, it was only part of the first fight. Like I said, if this gets seen or some shit goes around somewhere, didn't mean
Creator Clash was like the best boxing event of this like influencer YouTuber.
Oh yeah, that was
meta.
They talked about it themselves like in interviews and stuff. Like the whole Jake Paul Logan Paul thing's boring, but this shit was awesome. Now the real highlight of the night, like beyond just some of the fights, were amazing. Like, number one, Michael Reeves fight. If you guys want to watch them too, I have access still for 48 hours on the replay, so we can all watch it. Like if you would just like to. But Michael Reeves fight was really good.
At some point, I'm sure.
And then it will get ripped down and repeated over and over, whatever. But basically, Michael Reeves, Graham Stephan was cool. Michael Reeves won that one. That was neat. Harley from Epic Mealtime did beat Ego Raptor, in fact. But after beating him, he like gave huge like appeal about like how brave Ego Raptor was for even stepping in the ring with him and going 3 rounds and like actually fighting it out, and he's tough for doing that. And then he called out Dr. Disrespect. And he just straight up was just like AO2 time, like let you get in the ring and put him up, and like see actually how tall and big you really are.
Well, Dr. Disrespect is like 6'8". He's like actually
that's what he claims.
No, like he's actually like he
Harley 6'6". Harley 6'6". He's not afraid. They're about the same weight too. They're
Dr.
literally
Disrespect's also like 50 years old, I think.
He's like in his 40s. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, 40s.
Harley's in his late 30s. It's really not that much of a discrepancy. He literally Harley stated all the facts of weight difference, height, and age. he pointed out all 3 things, and he's like, "Oh yeah, he knew he was gonna win." Harley's a fucking giant.
That's fair.
So that was awesome. It was a really good time. And then the Minx and Haley fight was cool. I liked watching the Super Mega fights. I don't know. It was all good. There was only like 2 fights I really wasn't that interested in, but they were still fun fights.
Yeah,
So
I think the best part about it was you could tell these people were amateurs just fucking throwing ham bones at each other. Like
but
after the first,
some people were like they had trained, but they were still like
sure.
yes, they're still like rookies in their training.
Like so what I noticed is like every fight after about either the first minute or like the first round, it was like boxing. People don't understand is a very exhausting
Well, except for
sport.
the side of Dr. Mike. Dr. Mike on the title fight was insane.
So yeah, like obviously like the already athletes and stuff like that were like good to go, but you could tell like dude, the Minx fight first after the first round, it was just Haley eating jabs and Minx just holding one hand down, just fucking mashing X. Like the fights were literally just button mashing, and it was great.
Minx's fight was good because she knew like what her advantage and her angle was, and she was executing on it.
Yeah,
like
that's
the meta
was good.
The read was good on the meta.
Dude. The read on the meta was good.
Yeah, the down crouch into shield into fucking natural air. Yeah, that.
Yeah, counter picking like that. No, so I think Creative Clash is probably the best influencer boxing type event.
Oh yeah, it was great.
I think the Paul brothers, since this is kind of related, I think they just need to drop the influencer boxing part and just join a boxing circuit. You know what I mean? Like even if they're like fighting like random cards.
Well, then they'd have to actually take L's because then they have to fight fair and like you actually play by the rules and not pay people off.
Well, yeah, no, and like I think like I would imagine they will. I could see Jake doing that or Logan. Sorry, Jake, not Jake. Logan. Maybe
I don't know about Joe. I don't know about Joe.
I don't know which one.
Yeah,
Joe Rogan, Paul.
Yeah, Joe Rogan, Paul.
Joe Rogan. Jamie, get that guy.
Yeah, no, those dudes just need to join. Like, just do the amateur circuit for real. And let the real novices claim the influencer shit. It was good. How much did you pay for it?
Base ticket was like $30 day of show or whatever, 35.
Damn,
maybe.
bro.
It was worth it.
I guess that's because okay, you know how Barstool does Rough and Rowdy?
No.
Oh, so they get like random people from like the fucking sticks to fight. Like, oh yeah, you just need to look up the trailers for these because
you know what we need to get again. We need to get slap fighting again. That was great.
Yeah, slap fighting, dude. You know what? I'm really enjoying all these alternative, like random little
alternative combat sports.
Alternative combat
creator
sports.
Boxing, Midwest slap fighting. Fuck yeah.
And then the Hoosier Helldown that is Rough and Rowdy because it's literally junkies and shit fighting each other. Like I watched one. Oh my god, dude like there's like furry weirdos fighting each other. Like it's great. It's great. Alternative fights way better than title fights. Just gonna say that.
True.
Speaking. Well, I guess might as well move on unless anyone else has.
Big fan of the speaking of today.
Yeah, speaking of speaking. Yeah. Okay. Fuck it. Avatar 2 trailer. You guys watch that shit?
Yeah, I watched.
Yes,
I watched Alien Pocahontas 2 trailer forcibly when I was at Doctor Strange.
Alien Pocahontas 2.
Dude, that's what that shit is. It's fucking just it's Pocahontas, but they're blue.
I mean, it is, yeah.
Damn, bro.
The Way of Water.
Hey,
I have no idea. I mean, yeah. You know what was funny is I saw like on the Reddit thread that was like immediately saying that like, oh, this looks kind of dated. The graphics look kind of meh. And I'm like, what the fuck are you smoking?
Bro, they have veins.
That's what I'm saying.
You can see their veins.
The way of their water veins, man.
Bro, so dude, I remember that same maybe it's like a Twitter thread that I read, but like it was the same argument. And he's like, blah blah blah, these effects aren't that great. Marvel did it better. And some guy was like, you can literally see their veins, bro. And he's like, that's not CGI. That's their hands painted over. And the guy posted a clip from them filming, and the dude just completely covered in a black suit. And he's like, where do you see the veins, motherfucker? Like these legitimate adults running around spreading their opinions, and they just think Avatar, the blue people, were just dudes on stilts painted.
My take probably on this thing is I'm gonna say it's about a 4 out of 10 for me because
on the hype.
Yeah, I mean like it's cool, and I remember James Cameron saying he wanted to make like 6 of these fucking movies or some shit. And
apparently, like 3 of them are like ready.
Yeah, apparently it's going on here. So, and here's the thing: James Cameron's like. He's like James Bond, Austin Powers, super villain level fucking evil. Like he's like discovered the bottom of the ocean so he can find the secrets.
So he could raise the bar.
He's a fucking weirdo, man. So like he wrote a whole fucking language. Good for him. Your movie was Blue Pocahontas. It's the Smurfs but bigger. Like
Okay.
I'm good.
I
I'll
think
probably see the movie, but like I'm not in a hurry to see it.
so. This movie for me, I'm pretty indifferent towards it. I am viewing this as a Tuesday night going with the boys, getting very stoned and watching in the pretty lights.
Allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly. Yeah,
On
yeah.
Delta 8
no.
from
And
dietsmoke.com.
and audience, when I say stoned, I mean we're gonna get a bunch of rocks and find our local witch and pelt her to death while we watch this movie.
Yeah,
It's
true. Like our
1820.
ancestors intended.
Yeah.
We're
gonna
going
put
to see
cinder
the
blocks on
motion picture, wench.
Yeah.
Explain how these pictures are moving and speaking, you devil.
If she's heavier than a duck, then she floats. Therefore, she's a witch.
It's a great movie. Durs, what about you? What do you think about the fucking Avatar 2 trailer?
What else floats? Wood. No.
Bro,
A duck.
can we just talk about how fucking insane it was that was like logic back in the day? Like, we're gonna put cinder blocks on your feet, push you in the lake, and if you survive, we're gonna kill you.
Yeah,
Like-
I have a different opinion on those kinds of stories. So, like, when you hear about all these crazy things that
I thought you were gonna say the witch trials for a second.
no, I am. So
Great.
the witches and all these warlocks and such. I don't think that there was really anything supernatural going on, or obviously there wasn't. But like I don't really think people believed there was either. I think maybe sometimes some crazy shit happened and there's no way to explain it, and you're like, that bitch Janet down the block, she's looking.
Oh, you think like
witch
some
like.
incels are mad they weren't getting any pussy?
But no, I think it was
No
more
goth
so
woman
like
pussy.
a community thing.
Yeah.
Like
No
if the
witch
community
pussy.
thought that like if the community didn't like you very much and you
Yeah.
were a recluse. And you
Yeah, or if you were a forward-thinking individual.
Betty's a witch now because you don't like her very much.
Yeah.
I really think it was like slander more than
No,
like actual
I think
superstition.
these groups of women were gathering in the woods with their cauldrons and leading
No,
children.
there was
boiling
probably
away.
some progressive and some witchy women who some were probably harlots and some were probably just like free thinkers.
No, that's what I'm saying. I think it's probably just
Crazy.
unpopular women.
Yeah,
were
it was
just
absolutely
crazy
it was a
famed
cult
in the
of
public
mind.
space.
Yeah. I mean, it absolutely it was
Crazy how witch women back then were getting murdered and now we simp for them.
Yeah, dude, goth GS.
Shout out Fleetwood Mac.
Shout out all the guys. Yeah, shout out Stevie Nicks, dude.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, dude. Witchy women rule.
Okay, so what were we talking about before we
No one fucking
Oh,
cares. But let's get into the last bullshit thing. Let's just really wrap the bullshit up. You know?
Speaking of the really supernatural, do you guys think sucking your own dick would feel more like sucking a dick or getting your dick sunked?
Hey there, Randy. Don't know about
There's
getting
only
your
one
dick
answer to
sucked.
this question.
Yeah.
We all know it.
I don't know,
this-
dude.
100% it would feel more like sucking a dick.
Yeah. Yep.
Like,
I
I
mean,
mean, not to go
I
there,
feel like
but
we
like
all-
when I
we all
masturbate, it
want
doesn't feel like a hand job.
oh, you know what?
Yo,
Like,
that's good
okay,
logic.
quick 1 to 10. Quick 1 to 10 from each of you. I have 2. 1 to 10 on hand jobs. Where do you guys land?
On the quality of them,
No, just in general.
my
I'm like a 3.
enjoyment.
Why I can do a better
yeah.
job than anyone else.
Yeah, I would say a 1. I'm generally like, unless
Nah,
there's some sucking
dude.
going with it.
I
it's
would say
a
that.
waste of time.
Hang on.
I'm just giving my
You
opinion.
never had a good hand job ever in your life.
No, not that didn't involve.
I've had
sucking.
alright ones.
Okay, you had all right ones, right?
But I mean, at the same time, I could do a better job.
That's what I'm saying. If I can do a better job, then I automatically.
I have.
What are we doing here?
I believe,
If-
logically
if Durst could
speaking,
fuck himself, he would.
that if you guys don't know how your own
You
body
wouldn't.
works at this age,
Don't
of our
act like you
lives-
wouldn't. Don't look there like you wouldn't.
All right, you're getting a little gay with yourself there, Durst. You need to chill out. Listen here, homosexual. No, I think it's logical to understand that, like, yes, I can do a better job on myself probably than most other people can because you literally are attached to like the sensation of the feeling through your arm. Like, your arm is connected to the
I'm
body.
just saying
which
there's
is
better ways to
pleasure.
connect with someone than through a
Yeah.
hand job. I just feel
But
it's
you
very
ain't
impersonal, know what I mean?
never had a hand job that was like real fucking good and been like milked afterward. You're just getting you're just coming crazy amounts. It was a
Again,
good
all of
hand
these
job.
experiences. I'm sure, and in your case, were she's not doing it dry. So how did she lubricate it?
I mean, hey, man.
And a hand job.
A man doesn't let a woman spit on her hand and then talk in details.
This is a terrible question for the podcast, by the way. This is.
I think that's a great ending point. Think of how terrible it is. See you, fucking idiot.